Good evening. It's Thursday, September 8th, 2022. Welcome back to BoomerRexTonight, your nearly daily source for news and politics. I'm RisenLadyHeathen. Hey, asshole. What separates our show from other Millennial news podcasts?
That we know that BoomerRex is not Pecos' breaking things supervisor.
Yeah, that's fair. We have a boomer, and not just any boomer. We have Mr. BoomerRex himself.
No, I'm Pecos' dad.
That's fair.
You two eat, sleep, and breathe politics, and I'm still learning. That's 3 unique perspectives we share along with the facts from our literal round table. Now, as a lot of you know, there's some serious shit going on today. So, let's dig right into our headlines. R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth II.
I get a gold star for not doing the hyenas thing from Lion King, because I'm an asshole. And we talked about it in the pregame show, and they used up all my goodness, and now I'm just wicked.
Yeah, okay. So, anyway, dead at 96, queen for 70
Nice
years.
fucking
Rest
time.
in peace, Queen Elizabeth II.
And I'm going to say more rude things, because it's going to be 12 days of stuff, so at least one night you can be nice, you fucking shithead asshole.
The
Yeah.
Great Snake Migration.
What?
Oh, you gotta love
No,
this
fire.
one. So, migrating snakes have forced the closure of a forest road to vehicles twice a year. A couple of months at a time. It's Forest Road 345. It's better known as Snake Road.
Why did we even build nukes if not for this?
It winds 2.7 miles through the LaRue Pine Hills of Shawnee National Forest in southern Illinois. Gotta love it. So, the snakes go to the swamp in the summer, and then for winter, they go to the rocky high ground to hibernate, and they cross the road. And there are all kinds of snakes. So, anyway, folks are invited to go walk that portion of the road if they want to see some snakes.
No.
So, again, they're told
Who
watch
does
where you
that?
put your feet and stay on the damn road.
Yeah, where you can see them.
Yeah. So anyway, they have all different kinds of snakes. The video I saw had a couple of king snakes. It had a copperhead. It had a water moccasin, and it had a timber rattler.
Oh, so this sounds like a lot of the very exact type of snakes you don't want to be anywhere near.
Yeah, I mean
All of the snakes
specifically the
going to the
poison
big
ones
snake road hoping to bite a human.
are the cottonmouth, the copperhead, and the timber rattler. So I will say of cottonmouths, I've only met 4 cottonmouths in my whole life, and every one of them was crawling toward me aggressively with its mouth open.
Yeah, see?
Copperhead's like any other snake. I had one for a pet for an hour before I realized it was a copperhead.
Good job.
Timber rattlers, I've only ever met one timber rattler, and he coiled up and he rattled at me, and then he moved toward me aggressively. And that was one big snake.
Yeah, Tim, don't mess with Tim.
Nuke it from orbit.
Rattlers.
It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah. So anyway, feel welcome to go look at the snakes, and if you know snakes, you can go out and play
Don't
with
go
some rat
look at the
snakes.
snakes.
or
Don't
not
fucking
snakes,
touch
or-
the snakes.
In whatever forest that's in. They don't want you touching the wildlife. Don't touch the wildlife. Don't be those people.
Don't do that.
Well, the video they put out had people handling the snakes.
Don't touch the fucking snake. Don't listen to this one.
Whatever
unless you
happened to
want
take nothing but pictures and leave nothing but footprints?
Yes.
I wasn't planning to take anything. I'm going to pick it up and pet it, and then I'm going to put it down.
Oh my god, why? Why? You know what?
how
I'm
we
gonna take you to the
Because I
pet
like
store.
snakes.
You can pick up and hold as many snakes as you want at the pet store.
Don't take me to a pet store. I'm going to buy a snake, and it's going to live loose in the house.
Turnipog's gonna give you $1 to burn it
Yeah,
down.
I was gonna say Turnabog would have some words against
We've only
that.
ever
Yes,
found
that's
one
it.
snake in the house, and
Yeah,
it was
4
12
words.
inches long.
And she said, "Sell the house."
Nope,
I think she
3
did,
words.
actually.
3 words. Burn it down.
Yeah.
And I'll do it too.
And I have to admit, she was correct one night. That copperhead I caught, which they're perfectly beautiful snakes, he had just shed his skin. And I had him in a container. And I wanted to put him somewhere away from the house. I didn't want to do it that night. But Chernobog made me put him on the front porch. And in the morning, he was gone. So he got out. She was right.
Yeah.
And I would not want a copperhead loose in my house.
No.
Oh, additional types of cancer reported in people with breast implants.
Wonderful.
Fun. All right, Ukraine takes back ground. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, Putin keeps saying how well they're doing. And today Ukraine took back Balaklia. Beautiful. Picture, the Russian forces are gone. They had a Ukrainian soldier, and on the ground was a Russian flag. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
So I assume they walked on it. At the same time,
Yes.
Bill Burns, who was director CIA, said today, Russia's going to pay a very heavy price for a very long time because of the war in Ukraine.
Oh, good, yeah.
Right? And so that's an assessment. Again, this is the intelligence assessment, right? That they've looked at what's going on and they're saying Russia's made a huge fucking mistake. And best of all, Agatha Damaris, who's a global forecasting director at the Economist Intelligence Unit, told CNBC that the Kremlin appeared to be weaponizing energy supplies and burning bridges right and left. Again, this is, while it still could, but the point is that Europe is moving very quickly to remove that lever from the Russians. And they may have a bad winter. But they're moving toward energy independence from Russia.
And at any point we want, we can reach out and dial the sanctions up.
Yep.
Right, cut off your secondary import routes by...
Yep.
Right, Belarus and Slovakia and pick a place, and India and China want to do more business with the West than with Russia.
Right. If you deal with Russia, we won't deal with you.
X
Dylan,
billion
what's next?
potential customers, 150 odd million and falling.
Yep. So, anyway, clearly their weapons production aren't working. They're trying to buy stuff from the North Koreans. Way to go, fellas. They bought some stuff from the Iranians.
That's gotta be
didn't
bad.
work.
It's so
Did you know
bad.
they sold them garbage?
Oh, on
So now you're
purpose.
buying your garbage. No, I'm saying when Russia sold North Korea rounds, they sold them garbage rounds.
Now they're buying them
They're
back.
buying garbage at premium. That's
That's
So,
better. They're
I
getting
guess that
back their own shitty ammo.
yes, that answers the question about Putin. It is a tumor.
The stuff the Russians sell to foreign customers, they routinely refer to as monkey models.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, gotta love it.
Oh, shit.
Aw, shucks, Russia.
All right, there should be consequences.
Well, everybody's all worried about that special master that got appointed by the little Trumpista.
Yeah,
judge.
everybody was shocked about that on both sides of the aisle. That
Well,
was ridiculous.
Yeah, the Justice Department has appealed it. They have a reasonable chance of getting it set aside. But in the meantime, they have notified a federal court judge that they have completed their preliminary review of all the items seized at Mar-a-Lago and identified a limited set of materials that may potentially contain attorney-client privileged information, of course, none of which do they give a shit about for the prosecution on espionage.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the announcement likely makes Donald Trump's legal team's request for a special master all but moot. So, anyway, we shall see.
So stupid.
Well, they said it's in the process of following the procedures set forth in paragraph 84 of the search warrant affidavit to address potential privilege disputes, if any.
Yep.
So, yeah. The special master can look at everything they're cleared to see.
Yep.
And not a problem.
All right.
Well,
And
that was never the
we've got
point.
another round of don't fight with the cops.
No. These people are allowed to fight with the cops as much as they want.
Oh,
no,
okay.
you do you.
Interesting.
Seriously.
Wait.
So there's an Ohio woman, right?
Okay.
She's viciously anti-abortion and she's, picketing and
Loud
shouting
about
and
it, yeah.
snarling and hissing and clutching her pearls.
She
in front of
decided
an
everyone else
abortion
needed
center.
to know her opinion too.
Yeah, apparently. Well, anyway, she left at one point and came back with a dead raccoon
Oh, now, lady.
in a mesh bag, which she threw at the front of the abortion center.
Put down the gross animal.
Yes.
I looked into this article because immediately I was like, I have to know.
Who throws a fucking raccoon?
So-
Who has a mesh bag?
No.
That's a dead
No.
raccoon.
I watched the video. It is the first video where she,
Yeah.
they chased her off. So She pulls up in her car, doesn't get out of her car, and starts throwing eggs. So she's throwing eggs at the abortion clinic, and the people come out. So the volunteers come out with their little umbrellas, their rainbow umbrellas. They pop them open and they walk towards her like, "Go on, lady, get out of here." And she's all pissed off that she can't throw eggs at them because they're blocking her with the umbrellas, because they're those
umbrellas are really useful.
They're those big, rounded umbrellas. So they're like completely like covering themselves, and they're like, "Get out of here, lady! What the fuck? Come on, go." So she leaves. They call the cops and everything. So then she comes back on foot. She walks back.
That's a whole kind of
with
crazy.
a raccoon in a mesh bag, a dead raccoon with maggots and flies.
Well, that's what
and
you get.
so they see her coming back with this black bag.
Raccoons don't just have those.
It looked like she was carrying this black bag, and they panicked. So they ran in and locked the doors, thinking maybe she got a bomb or something.
You don't know what crazy got.
So they're on the phone with the cops and everything. She throws this, and they realize it's a mesh bag with a raccoon in it.
Yeah.
And she throws it at the door and then runs away. Well, the cops had managed to get her plates.
Yeah.
So the cops figure out who she is, and they go to her house. She resists arrest. She's yelling. She's got an assault charge on her now. Like,
A felony assault charge.
Let me guess. White lady.
Oh, yeah. Karen.
Yeah, she's still alive.
Yeah, that was really my thing. Fucking shit, lady.
Yeah, no, this is a Karen through and through.
So, she had a littering and maybe something a little worse. Criminal mischief and littering. She's been charged with, and then the felony assault charge.
Yep.
So,
No,
Jesus, lady, what are you doing fighting with
No. These people can fight with cops. Do you?
I highly
MAGA
advise against
dum-dums.
it, but yeah, I am not your fucking supervisor.
Yeah.
People like her can do whatever the fuck they want. The rest of you people
Not my circus, not my
don't do
monkeys.
bad things.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, children.
Love it.
Fuck my life. All right. Now we get to move on to just fuck 'em.
So it turns out the rot goes pretty deep. Turns out there are 3,000 Texans, including 4 police chiefs, 2 county sheriffs, 2 constables, and 2 county commissioners, have been members of the Oath Keepers. Remember, this is one of the groups that went to the Capitol on 6 January. And
Founded
apparently
to
helped
not
organize.
obey Obama's orders if he ordered him to give us over to the UN, because of course that was never going to happen.
Hey,
No, it's shithouse, dumb, fucking crazy cosplay garbage.
Anyway, it's batshittery.
Yeah.
So anyway, turns out Texas had the most people who were either elected officials, law enforcement, etc., military members. There were 33 law enforcement officers, 10 members of the military, 8 elected officials, and 7 first responders. There were no federal officials on the list. So anyway, way to go, the folks who spilled their membership list. That's pretty good. And it's posted now and distributed denial of secret.
Feds watched us do post 9/11 stuff. They know how to work the internet.
Yeah.
They understand the value of a good VPN. We should get sponsored by a VPN.
Cool. So next up,
That way our Russian listeners can listen to us.
yeah.
Unless you're
Well,
Russian security, in which
they
case
do.
feel free to jump out a window anytime you like.
No, but you're welcome to listen too. We need the counts.
Hey,
Yeah,
get your
no,
phone.
Listen first, then jump.
We have between 2 and 4 pretty regular Russian listeners, which is
Well,
why
good
I
job.
always try to reach out and say we appreciate you.
Yeah.
No, this is the worst part about it, because this isn't even the Cold War, right? The Cold War, as gross as it was, and as many places where it wasn't as cold as anyone thinks, but
Yeah.
this is so much worse.
Yeah.
Right? This is barbarism.
Yeah.
And it's not going to get better for the Russians for a long time. And sadly, I think we should crank the things up, turn it so stuff starts to really break.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right, so their leadership is imperiled, right? The future of their leadership is
Yeah.
imperiled.
I assume even Russians, if they get hungry enough, they're going to grab their pitchforks and their torches and go talk to somebody.
Literally the whole point of the Sword of Damocles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love when you get a grifter up against the wall, they always squeal when you punch them.
No, that's the...
Right. So Lincoln Project did a wonderful commercial. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it.
That's good doing.
Because what it does is walk the Trumpistas through how badly they've been ripped off by Donald Trump, who's asking for their money to defend the election, but isn't spending money on that. He's spending it on his lifestyle and so forth and so on. And
Well, Donald Trump has always done.
yeah.
Try to look solvent.
So anyway, turns out the Lincoln Project put it on Fox News, which is just exactly the right place,
Yeah.
and I love it.
I love the next part.
I'm surprised that Fox allowed it to play, but I bet they're desperate for anybody to buy.
I think Fox News has decided Trump is not the answer.
We're
to
doing the
problem.
next part of this, right?
That's the next part.
So Trump responded.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Right. So Trump comes out and he says, he lashed out at Fox News for accepting the ad. He said, the perverts and lowlifes of the Lincoln Project are back on. Where else? Fox News. Yeah, Fox News has given up on you.
Except for
They
good
are
old
not
Tuck.
your friend anymore.
Except for good old.
Tuck goes whichever way the wind blows.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever gets him closer to the levers of power and more people to say, that boy should run for president.
Yep. And
God,
who was that
if
other
Tucker ever
fella?
becomes president.
Used to be on Fox. I don't know if he is anymore.
Dershowitz.
Sean Hannity or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, gotta love it. And finally,
Oh, wait, we're not doing Rick Wilson's response?
Rick Wilson's response was, "Bring it, tard."
Yeah. No, I can't wait to see you in court. Try it. Called him impotent, called him flabby, called him all kinds of
Did
things.
he?
He's not-
I love
Oh,
it.
Here,
Way
I'll
to
read
go.
you the thing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
good. You
it was.
find
It
that.
was harsh. It was awesome. It was.
You
just
find
brilliant.
that.
Yeah, I'll be
We'll
back
talk
to the
about-
internet. I gotta go to the basement and find it.
So, under the heading of "and good riddance," a former soldier who prosecutors say claimed to have enlisted in the army to become better at killing black people was kicked out of the army following an FBI investigation that uncovered his ties to white supremacists and Nazi ideology. This was part of his clearance, and they caught him, and then they questioned him about it, and he apparently told them that that's why he came in the army, was to learn how to kill black people better. So he was discharged from the army for serious misconduct.
Oh, yeah?
Don't let the door hit you in the butt, asshole.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about Uvalde?
I
Well,
saw there
related
was
that there
some
had
shooting
been.
in Uvalde
There
today.
was another shooting. This was at the Memorial Park in Uvalde.
Yeah.
It was let's see, two people got airlifted after being shot. No word on their condition. 4 suspects in custody. It was considered gang rivalry.
Yeah.
But yeah, just they can't stay out of the news.
Well, it's where you're gonna have kids gathering, and that's who's gonna do shooting. And I am vaguely curious if we're not going to end up with some variation of gangster rap coming out of the suburbs and other place where the middle class went to die. Right, because here they are in the bones of a society that is never going to deliver on any of the promises they watch just pay out.
That's interesting.
Because that's what produced gangster rap was
Yeah.
when the inner city realized it was going to work until the day it died.
Yeah.
And
It was going to be allowed to die.
yeah, so that's what it meant to be urban poor.
Yeah.
Was you were just gonna you need to have a plan, and you were gonna have a life on the weekends and stuff, and you could have hobbies and whatever else you could fill in your time, but you were gonna punch a clock at whatever you could get, and hopefully it was good, and try and get up and murder.
Yeah.
But once all of it became a hustle, and I think we're just now getting to the first hard generation of they know it coming up.
Yeah. No. Hey, Democrats, if you can fix that, you can rule the country for 60 years. You better get fucking busy, which means you got to stop going to the nice parties and start taxing the goddamn kleptogarchs.
Hey, kleptogarchs, if you're smart, you'll keep inviting them. Don't be dumb. They really could hurt you.
Yeah.
We don't have to play nice.
Well, I noticed there have been a couple of kleptogarchs that said some pretty stupid shit,
Uh-huh.
right? So you
Oh,
really ought to
Politico
get on
is
your
already
knees to
damaged.
the Democrats, because
Right.
the other team may actually be out to kill you.
We talked about a Trumpy taking over Politico. It took exactly one day. They're already running stuff about how Prince Charles is too into the environment. It's going to cost him support in America. Because my response is fine. The Republicans can have the Israelis, and we can have the British, and we can just fund each one alternately when we're in charge.
Yep, absolutely.
But it means we zero their budget the other side.
Yeah.
So back to Rick Wilson's thing, which
Yeah, what did he
got
say?
me all amped up. He said, me. Since you threatened to sue the Lincoln Project this morning, go for it. Go for it, bitch. Come at me. I can't wait. We're delighted at the thought you would try to sue us. Donald, do it. You're not going to sue anybody. You're not going to do shit. You were weak. You were impotent. You were flabby. You were sitting there in the bridal suite at Mar-a-Lago or the bridal suite at Bedminster, grinding your gears, wondering why the Lincoln Project, no matter how many times you try to kill us, keeps coming at you.
All
And
right.
then had a profane, I don't know, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's awesome.
Hey, look, fuck you, Rick Wilson. You got them there. You walked them all the way up to here. You were down right up until the fucking cop lights came on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, they don't believe in anything. They'll do a fascism.
Yeah.
So they just didn't do it slow enough for you. That's what you're saying.
Sounds like
But hey, we love your videos. Keep them
Hey,
coming.
yeah, no, sure. I'm glad we're on the bus. We're just going to different places, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, he's going to get put off early.
What I don't want is him infecting the Democrats, right, the corporate wing, with, we could just be the Republicans, and then everyone will vote for us. And like, no, they'll just kill everyone with nice shoes.
Yep.
Do you not? We're the fucking people, like, oh my God, look at all of the states. You don't want any of them to come for you.
Yeah.
Louisianans, do you want Louisianans coming for you at night? Fuck no.
Yeah. You thought Florida Man was bad.
Right?
All right. Boomer Rex is about damn time. Tell me the good news.
So today when Bannon showed up to surrender himself,
Yep.
right, he was outside bitching about how he was being persecuted by the authorities and so forth and so on. So he has been charged in connection with a fundraising operation that claimed it would build a wall in the southern border. He has pleaded not guilty.
How do you plead not guilty when you did the thing? What is wrong?
You always plead not guilty. Anyway, the charges include money laundering, conspiracy, fraud, all of it related to an online scheme to raise money for the construction of a wall along the southern border. They had promised all the money would go to the wall. Nothing even close to that happened. The state charges are based on the same conduct Bannon was pardoned for by Trump. And it turns out, of course, Trump can't pardon a state offense. So,
No.
oh well. Anyway,
So
so the best part of that, right? The best part of that is when they let him down, right, to stand before the judge. They had him in handcuffs and they perp walked the son of a bitch down the hall in front of the
Fuck 'em.
cameras.
It was a good video, I'm not gonna lie. It made me happy inside.
So it's just wonderful. And he reiterated, right, his claim, right? Those treasonous bastard politicians, give me liberty or give me death. I'm prepared to fucking, oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong line. He said, they will never shut me up. They will have to kill me first. I have not yet begun to fight. And I will reiterate the line from Men in Black. Your proposal is acceptable. So, anyway, gotta love it.
No American knock off the lead Sheikh Mohammed. We're not persecuting, we're prosecuting.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Oh, yeah,
You
no.
did crimes so nakedly in the open that even America could.
So this
help
is
but
how
catch
people
you.
get treated. Yes, when people are charged with serious felony offenses, this is how they get treated. What is your
You're a
problem,
rich white dude.
jackass?
Settle down on your rich white dude experience.
Yeah,
I was glad he got perp walked. That
I love that.
keep it coming.
Somebody in that office hates his guts and
Hopefully.
decided to cuff him up and
Well,
perp walk his
and
ass.
the
And they
other-
can point to the requirement to have him in cuffs.
The other side of it is you're not going to make them stop hitting you by stopping defending yourself, right? That if the right is going to come for the FBI, then you need to be the motherfucking FBI. You
Yeah.
need to make that a fight they don't want.
Oh yeah.
And there's
No.
only one way to do that, which is perp walks and all of it.
I think we're too far down this, kind of like the whole guns thing, right? You know, you can't put the genie back in the goddamn bottle, like I keep saying. But this is a similar thing. Now that we've started this, we have to follow through, and we have to be harsh about it.
Yeah.
This can't be some piddly little
I
thing.
I think the sum total
We
of
can't
all
let these assholes keep slipping through the cracks.
I think the sum total of all the Trumpicies multiple trips to multiple courts and so forth and so on. I think they have worn the patience of a large percentage of the justice system thin, and they're going to get hurt.
Well, the interesting
suits
thing
me just
is that some of those judges were even put in place by Trump,
That
and
makes
very
me-
few of them are holding on to their allegiances
It makes
to
me
him.
less concerned that he appointed a quarter of federal judges.
Yeah. So,
But we'll
with
find
the
out.
exception of the one who appointed the
Uh-huh.
special master.
Well, and I have seen competent people making good arguments. So we're going to do that.
The argument I saw that made sense was saying, guys, if we're going to take him to court, which it appears we're going to do, it has to be scrupulously clean.
I'm saying there's an argument to be made. She even cites it in her drivel.
Yeah.
That this should be handled by Fed Court, DC. And yeah, that'd be the pivot I'd make, is to move it to that, because yes, don't be dumb. They know about the Records Act.
Oh,
You're not going to have a class about everything.
No, and it doesn't sound like this judge is really able to do anything with this. She doesn't sound like she's knowledgeable enough to make the
And that was the thing,
right
is
decisions.
I don't care how many documents they had. There are 18,000 FBI agents. Get them all in their fucking office. Everybody take a handful. It's not going to take them a day to read what they seized. Right, to stack it all in the piles it should be in and go, we either have empty cases or we have cases that don't make sense with what we have.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part that'll take time. And again, the bigger part of that is all the stuff that already went back to, like, the fucking
National Records Office.
Yes,
Yep.
which is where we store the Ark of the Covenant. Warehouse is the word I was actually looking for.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Oh, gosh. All right. Let's move on to Dumbass of the Day. Who wins
So,
the
Ryan
round?
Nichols, you got to remember who he was. He was one of those who was accused of assaulting Capitol cops with chemical sprays.
Oh, yeah, that shit.
Yada, yada, yada. It's now insisting he can't get a fair trial in Washington, D.C. because the president talked about MAGA publicans in his speech. Well, he doubled down after the insurrection. He posted a video of himself. We shut down the vote today because those coward-ass politicians ran into the tunnels. And I've seen the last of you treasonous bastard politicians. Give me liberty or give me death. I'm prepared to fucking die for this.
Good.
Yeah, I want to point out to him that they
Decrease the
certified Biden as
population.
president of the United States before midnight, so you didn't even get a day. Anyway, his lawyer is saying, Mr. Nichols has a right to choose to be a MAGA Republican and is constitutionally protected and sacred. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
What he doesn't have a right to do is assault police and invade the Capitol in an as part of an armed insurrection.
And
Which
since
is
he's
what it
committed a
was.
felony charge, he has a right to a trial by jury made up of his peers, which
Oh,
is
wait.
Americans.
Yes, that's what's
Yeah.
happening.
As
Well, he
voted-
wanted to move it to East Texas.
Yeah, I don't think that's how this
Right.
works.
I'm not sure you find anybody in East Texas who can read.
No idea.
Anyway.
But I'm pretty sure you don't just randomly dial fucking... Here's the zip code I think
That's the only
believes
place
dumb
he could
shit.
get a fair trial. Gotta love it. I'm reasonably sure the judge will tell him to fuck himself and he'll go to trial in
goddamn
D.C.
sure. Where'd you commit your crime? Probably
And then
going to
based
trial
on
there,
felony
buddy.
assault charge, he can plan on some time at a big house.
Yeah.
Cool, I love it.
All right, MTG's smokescreen of the day.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene, right, goes to her home district in Georgia, stands in front of pallets of water as her constituents drove up to receive the water, right? She never pitched in, 10-minute video, she never once moved a water thing.
It's heavy.
And
Carrying is hard.
yeah, she said she had so much fun.
I'll bet you
So
did.
I'm glad your constituents could come and get water in an emergency, and that would be fun for you there, little Mark.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry. This is as stupid as Sarah Palin standing in front of that turkey farmer who was grinding the heads off the turkeys.
Yeah.
Okay. While they struggled. Poor
Yep.
turkeys. I felt bad.
No, but yeah, you're not putting that on video. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, literally, you have staff who should absolutely...
Even after you get it on video, you have the choice to not release it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and if it's live, I'll start a fire or pull a fire alarm. I don't fucking care. We're getting out of here. This is broken.
Yeah.
Jesus. No,
Gotta love
again, like the whole concept of, it's
Fake
like
a seizure.
it's like when Trump went down and was throwing, rolls, like single rolls of paper towels into the crowd, like he was being
There you
helpful.
go, mop up fucking Puerto Rico. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
And the Puerto Ricans were like,
well, at least he
roll
wasn't.
of
At least he wasn't throwing. Or I'm sorry. At least she wasn't throwing MAGA hats. Trump threw MAGA hats too.
That's true, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh God, it always had to be about the fat orange asshole.
Huh?
So anyway.
No, that's the problem of having turned politics into motherfucking WrestleMania. Because you know what? WrestleMania is not bad. It's not really my cup of tea, but I've actually watched some with people who really enjoy it and are willing to talk to you about it and explain, oh, no, you got to understand, The Undertaker and that guy, they used to be friends and now they're not. And like, okay, sure, man, tell me all about fucking He-Man. This is cool.
Yeah. It's like the male version of the soap operas.
Again, you should read The Rock's autobiography because he makes a good point, which is a lot of kids, if you're not going to get a good experience with Shakespeare and the like, this is as close as you get to high morality tales.
Yeah, okay. I'll buy that.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
fair, yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's comic
I used to
books
love
serves
watching
that
wrestling
function
when
for
I was younger.
Exactly.
decades.
Back
But-
in the 80s. Yeah.
That's politics now, right? The sound bite and the bullshit and
Yeah.
the viral video thing and the...
I have no problem with presenting your ideas well.
Yep.
Right? It's when there's no idea there
Yeah.
that I begin to chafe.
John
And-
Edwards,
and
when some...
Marjorie Taylor Greene is the perfect example of content-free noise.
Yeah, John Edwards. Right, VP candidate for Kerry.
Yeah.
Who some PR brilliant motherfucker got him whatever the hell Walmart was selling for watches, the Iron Man, the Timex, just most generic watch of all
Yeah.
time, except everyone had them
Yeah.
because they were the cheapest thing.
Yeah.
And it even stood out when I saw the dude, and I'm not trying to pay attention to any of that shit.
Yeah.
But
So my thing is, the least she could have done, knowing that there was a video on her, the least she could have done was brought one
I
load
know.
of water.
even
Yeah, absolutely.
fucking Paul Ryan brought in the special camera so he'll show up on film when he was working in that fucking soup kitchen.
Because otherwise, without the special camera,
Whatever,
he's like
they
a
just put him
vampire,
in
you
green
can't-
Zentai so they can fucking
Yeah.
reverse put him in later. I don't know or
Yeah.
care. Like, I don't know, but it, like, they used to be able to do this.
Yeah. Well, they used to understand that that was actually part of the message. And Marjorie Taylor Greene's just there to be on camera. That's all she cares
Oh, yeah.
about, all she's ever cared about.
Yeah, the difference between the brick and mortar, right, church scam and mega churches.
Yeah.
Right, the little tiny churches at least have to have a congregation that likes
Yep.
Yep. All right. Trump media may soon be dead air. What is
So
that?
you remember Digital World Acquisition Corp, right? It's a blank check company. It's called a SPAC, Special Purpose Acquisition Company. The idea is to put together a pile of money and go buy something and take it public by virtue of buying.
All right.
So they were all set to buy Donald Trump's Trump Media and Technology Group, which of course is what owns Truth Social. But they also had a limit to how long the SPAC would exist before it either acted or dissolved.
Okay.
And it can't act right now because the Security Exchange Commission is not letting them complete the deal because there are quite a few irregularities. And so their time period is expiring and they're going to be dissolved soon. So anyway, they've been trying to get the stockholders, interest holders, whatever the right phrase is, to vote for an extension of the SPAC. And they haven't come anywhere near that. So part of that is there were a lot of different people, and 65% of them, by value, have to vote to extend it.
Fair.
I doubt seriously they can get there, and if they can't, the deal's off. So here's Trump Digital Media, right, which was expecting 293, Trump Media and Technology was expecting 293 million in immediate cash and $1 billion in resources that they aren't going to get.
Well, yeah, they
So
have money.
it's likely that merger will not happen. So Truth Social says it currently has enough cash to maintain operations through April of 2023. Except I've been seeing stories, they're not paying their internet providers, so they could be off the air tomorrow. failing, and it's like 1.6 million. So
Yeah.
if they had money, they just pay it. This is pocket change for a real company. Anyway,
Yeah, Trump doesn't know how to run real companies.
Well, he does.
He's
Just one
got
direction,
blockhead
straight down.
Nunes.
He knows how to not pay for things and then settle in court for much less than what he owes. That's what he knows how to do.
He's got Benghazi boy Nunes in charge of it. So you know it's not run competently.
Well, he was in charge, but then he lost a fight with a cow, so now the cow's been running things for 6 weeks and no one has noticed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. This is Devin Nunes' cow or somebody else's
Devin
cow?
Nunes'
Who
cow.
knows? I don't know. I don't know all the cows.
Yeah,
Racist.
yeah. So anyway, Truth Social says it's got enough cash to go to April 2023, and it plans to begin generating revenue via advertising. So let's get a feel for what their capability for advertising is. So when Trump was on Twitter,
That's
he had
catheters.
89 million followers. Right now he has 4 million on Truth Social. There's no advertising market there, little orange tard. So
Well,
anyway,
and I promise
this
you,
is going to be
a
fun to
lot
watch.
of those 89 million were people who just had to know what the dum-dum was saying every day.
Oh yeah. Why did you continue to watch? To see what the dumb son of a bitch would say next.
Yep. No,
The difference
I
is
don't
Howard
think
Stern
as
actually
many
had
of those
content.
People were actually
Yeah. No, I
Trumpies
used to
as
listen to
people
Howard
wanted.
Stern and enjoy it.
So, well, you missed nothing. After he went to satellite, it was all the
Just
viewing
terrible.
strippers.
Yeah, okay.
And I mean, fun, but
Yeah. No, and I probably a third of the shows were just ridiculous. And a third of the shows were Howard Stern, campaigning something idiotic. But a third of them were valuable. And
Yeah.
I used to listen to him on the way to work. So
no, I
haven't heard him since he went to satellite
I've
TV.
heard him after that. It's not great. No, at some level, he became part of that background noise. If you listen to a seashell of the internet, you're gonna hear people shouting "Jerry" while society burns.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's move on to an old headline we're bringing back. Is it a train? I like this. I like the "is it a train" thing. That's just fun. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
okay.
guess. Is it a train or isn't it? Or you got to set us up first, and then we decide if it's a train or not.
Well, we'll see.
It's never a train.
I'm
So,
gonna say
two
it's a train.
prominent election forecasting models now give the Democrats a 70% or better chance of retaining their Senate majority.
How many?
70%.
Yeah. But before that, how many? This is an aggregate.
The
of
two big ones.
Okay.
This is the Economist's model and 538,
All right.
which have historically been quite good.
Yep.
So, anyway, Democrats, you're moving in the right direction.
Stop talking
Right?
about
You've
guns.
got people talking about the same stuff. And
Punch him about abortion.
Hammer the
Just tell
abortion.
the truth. We all
Hammer.
agreed at third trimester.
so, talking about why the Democrats' chances have improved, both 538 and The Economist note the disparity in candidate quality between Democrats and Republicans as playing a significant role in the improvement of the Democrats' chances. Yeah, Trump, you may have crippled the Republican Party, which I think is totally fucking cool.
That's what
Democrats, this is your goddamn chance to fuck it up. So, and I have infinite faith in your ability to fuck up. Shut your mouth about assault weapons, talk about abortion, talk about a living wage, talk about
Yes.
health care,
Yes.
and taxing the rich. Drive the hell on.
We have to make America work for all Americans.
Yeah, because that I can sell them on. That's the one thing I love about Americans.
Yeah.
Is in the room, in the moment, when it's happening, and I need a ride or a car or access to firearms or whatever I've ever had to talk Americans into previously. If it's for other Americans and it's a good because they're pretty much fucking down to help.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and the sad thing is that, again, I talk about Trumpistas and the Trumpissy and so forth, but it's a group of people who've been driven so low that they're not sure they have the reserves to help anybody else.
Yeah.
And I was in that position briefly, and I know how bad it hurts.
Yeah.
So I
gotta go help
I
them.
hope I will never be there again. But I understand. But Trump and the idiot Republican Party, the kleptogarch party, are not the answer to the problems. Right? And you may not like some of the Democrats' answer. Who cares what pronouns somebody wants to use?
That's none of your
Why
business.
would I care if a couple of guys want to get married, or
Whatever
a couple of
happened to
women, or
None
you
of
know,
your
what the
fucking
hell?
business.
Never happened to the American manners of minding your business.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I can understand that you might have objections to that, but you look
I
at where
don't
the orange
understand why you
pool.
have any objections to what other people do as long as they're not hurting
I
anybody.
don't understand why you have them out loud.
Yeah, I mean, common courtesy would say, "Shut your mouth and drive
Yeah.
on."
Are they touching
As
you?
my grandmother used to say over and over and over again, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything.
Yep.
So,
My
again,
mom taught me that.
yeah,
My dad taught me that.
yeah,
My dad actually beat that into us.
Rightly the fuck so.
Yeah. So,
Life is
but-
hard. You don't
but
have to
anyway,
make it.
no, but I want to go back. I understand.
Yeah.
I,
Absolutely.
I understand the gut-wrenching fear, and I only had to live with it for 3 months.
Yeah.
Right? I can't imagine living that way month after month after month.
That part burns out.
Does it?
Or at least the
You just
sensors
can't
for
feel
it
it?
do.
Okay.
So it's probably still running there at 100, but
Yeah, but you're not as aware.
the siren's burned out. So it's kind of like the Union Carbide.
Yeah,
Not the good one in America, but the sister one where we killed all those folk
yeah.
because we didn't have the security alarm and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So we turned it off. It was loud.
And the people ran to help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So anyway, the orange fool and the kleptogarchs are not the solution to your problem.
no.
Turning it down isn't the
Right.
solution to your problem
No.
because that's
You're
the
gonna
one
be
thing Russia
You're going to
could
be
do.
the ones who go to the bottom first if we burn it down. You
Maybe.
think you're somehow going to be favored. You're not.
The things that Russia and everyone bad in the world can pump into this country that will keep us destabilized forever. We already have more guns than everybody.
Yeah, true.
All we're missing is anti-aircraft things, and we can have our own no-fly zone.
Yep. All right. So let's see. What do we got? Updates.
Updates with Boomer Rex health threat.
So, today the White House said it's optimistic about a decline in monkeypox cases. And that's actually probably a real decline now that we're actually testing and so forth and so on. And a large uptick in vaccinations, right? So, they say the goal is to, we want to control the outbreak, right? We've got to keep getting shots into arms now that the supply is available.
Right?
Right.
Tory gay guys to the front.
Got to focus on maintaining demand for the vaccination.
Yes.
Yep. That's how you shut down an epidemic. And then there's more and more and more data that says the early COVID boosters lose their effectiveness over time. Go get your second booster. Right. So I will
Yeah,
go
they're
get mine.
talking once a year, basically like flu shot now.
Yeah.
So
Well, you just put it in with the flu shot if they can.
Yeah.
So
they might. I'm
You got
imagining
two
that
arms.
They might. Yeah.
yeah, and there may be special reasons not to, but they might interfere with each
Yeah.
other or whatever.
Potentially, but I
You
figure
can probably get me to get a COVID shot, probably not a flu shot.
I figure given time they'll probably sort it out. So
Yeah.
climate weirding.
Do it.
So we've got a new study,
Uh-oh.
a big one.
It's a good one, though, right? It's all going to be good?
Oh yeah, it's all going to turn out fine.
Sweet.
Every little thing gonna be alright.
Yeah. So it turns out that with our 1.1 degree rise, we have taken the world to the edge of 5 trigger points, right? And we may be beyond the trigger point for some of these.
No, but there'll be Jesus factors that'll save us, and we don't have to do anything.
Yeah, right. So the collapse of Greenland's ice cap,
That sounds bad.
sea level rise, the collapse of a key current in the North Atlantic, right?
That's going to be bad.
Which would make England hot in summer and cold in the winter.
Yeah.
Disrupting the rain into the areas that grow food for literally billions of people.
Yep.
Right? Which, well, you just move the fields. Yeah, except they're not owned by the same people. And you think you've seen war before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a couple of billion people hungry and see what happens to you.
All of the Arab Spring shit was about food. None
Yes.
of it was about yearning to breathe free nonsense.
Well, and one thing, another thing that people need to think about is places where food might now be growable could potentially right now be completely urban areas.
Yes.
So now you're gonna have to what?
Raid
Go in,
New York
kick
City.
everybody out of their houses and fucking
This is why you have a
plow it
federal
all,
government.
and then
Well, the first thing that's
grow
going to
food
happen
there?
is that billion hungry
That's
people are
crazy.
going to kick down your door and
Yeah.
take everything you own.
Target population centers and choke points.
Yeah. So anyway, and the last one, which is in my mind the most dangerous, is the abrupt melting of the permafrost.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the permafrost has sequestered a huge amount of carbon dioxide.
It's
back
frozen
holding
as swamp.
But more importantly, it has captured huge amounts of methane, which are a much, much, much worse gas than carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
So if you melt the permafrost, you now have opened a feedback loop.
It's exploding.
Oh, and
Yeah.
they have like weird versions of plague in there too.
Yeah. Ancient viruses. No, it's everything bad you could possibly do.
Yep.
I'm just saying, this is another push for woolly mammoths.
So anyway, at 1.5 C of
Get on
warming,
it, people.
right? All of those 5 tipping points are likely, and we're going to make it to 1.5 C.
Yeah.
So wake the fuck up, world.
Climate weird and it's coming for you.
Well, that's the thing that annoys me is that, well, if we stopped all of it now for 30 years, it's not going to. Yeah.
How are you going to stop it?
Maybe we have to stop
You
now.
haven't done the stuff you had to do 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So
No, we have to
get
start now.
fucking busy, and we'll see where we can wind up.
Yep.
But if you keep just whining, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, you know those big oil companies that are telling you it's not really a problem and so forth and so on, are actively moving their refinery facilities away from the coast.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, you keep right on believing what those idiots feed you on Fox News. So
Yep. What those millionaires
open wide.
are paid to feed you.
Yes.
So, on that wonderful note, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, heart, follow, review, smash that like button on YouTube, go to BoomerXTonight News, based on Facebook for fun memes, and a link to our Patreon, give us $1. You can find us on YouTube as BoomerX, or check your favorite podcasting service for BoomerXTonight. We can be found on over a dozen different platforms, including Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Samsung Podcasts. Hit us up on Twitter at BoomerXTonight, and if you Google BoomerXTonight News Spaces, all the links will lead you to us. Don't forget to check out my RisenLadyHeathen Twitch. And on that note, love y'all. We'll
I
see you
missed
back
my
here.
chance. Smash that like button on YouTube.
I pointed at you.
I know you did. That's when I realized I had missed my chance.
Sounds like a you problem. All right, so love y'all. See you back here tomorrow night for more BoomerRexTonight.
Good night, y'all.